Hi, I'm Loli, and I'm so glad you are here.
And we are starting our project here with these two boxes that I got from Dollar Tree and this solar lantern as well. And I'm going to remove that stick off of it. We're not going to use it. And then I'm going to remove the tag using some heat. If you put enough heat, look how quick and easy that comes off. Now we are going to trace the top section of the lantern, or the solar light, I should say, onto one of the faces of the shadow box. Then I took my soldering machine and I put on the attachment that looks like a knife to cut this wood with. I love the smell of the wood when it's burning. But anyway, once I did that, I'm going to take this file, as you see here, and sand off the edges and to make sure that it's nice and smooth. Now we're going to put that on there, but look, oh Lord, I made it too big, but I'm not going to waste it. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of these planks that I got from Dollar Tree, and it's just a little bit smaller than the box as you see there, but it's perfect. So I'm going to sand off the edges to make sure that it looks nice and finished. Then we are going to take that lantern from Dollar Tree, but I'm going to remove the top section and I'm going to trace instead the inner section, just so that it's a little bit smaller and we don't go through the same process that we just did a couple minutes ago. I'm tracing it onto that piece of wood, and we're going to do the same thing, but here I switched the attachment. Here I'm using this one that looks like a pencil point. I figured that will be a little bit more accurate as far as where I need to cut. The other one kind of went a little bit wider, and that's why we kind of went through instead of, just perfect. So here I'm just going to just do little dots here and there until I go through the entire shape of this hexagon. And then I'm going to look how quick. This is how it turned out. Look at this, what I mean by going in little dots. Look at that. You see little dots? Now we're going to connect the dots with the same thing. I didn't go in a straight line because I tried that the first time with the box and it didn't quite work out. And then be very careful if you have this, that you don't get burned, that you are not doing the strokes towards your fingers, because it's easy for you to slip and burn yourself. And here, look, it came out perfect. So we're going to go ahead and attach this now to that piece. I'm going to use some wood glue that I got from Dollar Tree and some wood hot glue as well. I cleaned off any areas in which the wood glue seeped through and smooth the edges using my nail file. And it fit like a glove. Look how perfect. All right, so now we are going to set up our actual lantern. We're going to remove that. We're going to remove this other sticker from the other side using the same method I used before. And we are going to take some of these dowel rods that I got from Walmart, and we are going to attach it to this. So I took out 4 of them, making sure that this is the proper height, and I'm happy with the height. So we are going to go ahead and put this together. So I'm going to use a combination of wood glue and wood hot glue to attach these. I started with the wood glue, as you see there. I'm putting my dowel rods in, and I'm coming in on this side with a little bit of wood hot glue to make sure that this stays in place. I'm also using some clamps. That way it's nicely secured as I work with the other sides. And this is how it turned out as I did all 4 of the pillars. Now we are going to take these cotton boards from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to measure how much I need to cover this side. So here I'm just putting it where the end of the lantern will end in both the top and the bottom. And I'm going to use my rulers, you see there, to connect the dots and make a line. Then I'm going to take some masking tape and tape it together to make sure that it doesn't slip or move around as I cut it. I'm cutting on the line, you see right there. Then I'm going to go ahead and check to make sure that this is still a size that's going to fit my lantern, and it does. So at this point, I'm going to use these 2 that I cut as a template to cut 2 more. Now we are going to take the lantern and paint it with 2 coats of this Krylon interior-exterior paint. And this is what it was looking like when I was done with that. Then it's time to put this thing together. We are going to go ahead and sand off any rough edges that was left behind by the paint, and then put it to the side. Now we're going to use this new products from Mod Podge. They're called Mod Podge Multi, and they are like a marriage between all of the Mod Podge. They are dishwasher safe, machine washable. They are good for interior and exterior, and they come in 2 different finishes, matte and gloss. So we're going to put them for the test over here. So I'm going to take my pieces and I'm going to separate them on all 4, like here. I'm going to use this tissue that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use that green one. And usually I will iron my paper here. There's no need for it. It's fine. So what I'm going to do is place the paper on the shiny side of the cotton board plastics, and I'm going to put them face down. I'm putting a generous amount of the Mod Podge Multi. For this one, I'm using the finish gloss. So I'm just adding it on there, as you see right there, using some long, nice strokes. And I'm going to press down my tissue paper onto it, making sure to go very slowly and going in one direction until I get to the end. Here, it kind of dried up a little bit, so I had to add some more of that Mod Podge to make sure that everything is nicely secure. And I did that until I had all 4 of the panels covered. Once it dried, I'm coming back with the same Mod Podge Multi in gloss, and I am putting a nice hefty coat in the back section of the paper. Since this is going to be outside, I'm going to make sure that that paper is nicely sealed with the Mod Podge. And once that was dry, I'm going to go ahead and cut everything apart here. So I'm just cutting off each panel, so I'm able to go ahead and cut off the excess paper from each side, and also the small areas I sanded off the edges as well to make sure that it has a nice finish. And this is what we're looking like. Now it's time to put it together. We are going to take that paper here. The paper was coming off a little bit, so I added a little bit of the Mod Podge on the corner, and we are going to go ahead and put it on. We have time for it to dry. I put the frosty side towards the outside, and the paper side is going to be on the inside of the lantern. And I just wanted this to look like frosty glass, so this is why I did that. And then when the paper also dries, you can see there that it came out a little cloudy, so it came out perfect. Here I added the 2 sides, as you see there, just putting them in, making sure that the sides are a little bit bigger so they don't protrude to the side. And this is what they were looking like so far. Here I'm making sure that it's nice and straight, and then with both of those pieces of matte joined together, I am adding some hot glue down that way to make sure that everything stays in place. I position my solar light at the top, and that is it for this one. It came out so cute. You have to see it in the dark. The reflection is stunning. My friends, so this video is part of the Open and Buy collaboration that is done every month and is hosted by Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs and Krista from Krista's Crafty Life. The links to their channels and to their playlist will be linked in the description box below and also pinned in the comments. Make sure that you head on over to their channels and to their playlist and show everyone some love. For the next inspiration today, we're going to be using 2 of these floating shells from Dollar Tree. I'm going to go ahead and remove them from the packaging. I'm going to sand down the holes. They were a little bit raised and also a little rough. Then I'm going to use some wood putty, and I'm going to cover the holes on one of the sides of each one of the pieces and sand down the excess. Then I gave it 2 coats with this Krylon paint in satin. Now we're going to use some of this tissue from Dollar Tree and our Mod Podge Multi. I did a generous coat of the Mod Podge on the front of each one of these, and I'm going to cover it with the tissue paper. I used the same technique as I used with the previous project, just making sure that there's no bubbles, and I came back over it with a piece of saran wrap to eliminate any wrinkles. And then I came back with some more of the Mod Podge Multi, and I'm going to add it on top of the paper as well to make sure that it's nicely protected, because again, this is an outdoor project, so we want to make sure that we protect that paper. Once that dried, I came in with my little nail file from Dollar Tree, and I am filing off all the excess paper. And these came out so beautiful. Look at that, it looks like tile. And the finish is amazing. Now we're going to take 2 of the solar lanterns from Dollar Tree, or solar lights, I'm not sure what, lanterns, lights, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we are going to go ahead and deconstruct it, as you see right there. just removing all those sections. I didn't like how the finish of this was on here, so I want to paint it. So the first thing that I did was tape off the solar section from each one of the pieces. And we are going to use this black plastic paint from Folk Art. This was sent to me by Plaid, and they are amazing. I gave all these pieces a total of 1 coat, and it was more than enough. And I wanted to make sure that it will be nicely protected as well, so I gave it a coat with my Mod Podge Multi as well to make sure that the paint stayed, didn't fade, and that it was waterproof. Once it was dry, I removed a piece of tape, and I make sure to do it very carefully so I will not peel off the paint. And I put both lights back together. My friend, if you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to share, because sharing is caring, so send it to someone who will enjoy it as well. Now it's time to attach them to our boards. I'm going to go ahead and do that by using a combination of E6000 and hot glue. And we are doing the same thing with both lights. My friend, if you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to leave it a big thumbs up. And while you're there, please consider subscribing. It is free and it means the world to me. Thank you. All right, so now we're going to take this hanging chain from Dollar Tree and I'm going to deconstruct it. I'm going to take my needle nose pliers, as you see right there, open up the wire and disconnect it from that hook. I'm going to take one of the pieces and I'm going to measure exactly how much I want to hang this off of. Here is the perfect amount, so I'm going to go ahead and bend open that piece right there using my needle nose pliers and remove the excess of the chain from there. And using that piece as a guide, I am also going to do a second one on the same length. Then I took 4 of these binder hooks from Dollar Tree and I painted it with 2 coats of black. Then I took these 2 hooks from Dollar Tree and painted them with the same spray paint. Now that everything is dry, it's time to put everything together. I glued the hooks at the bottom using a little bit of hot glue just to keep it in place. I am going to actually use the screws that they come with to secure them. The screws were a little bit longer, so they went through the back, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and attach the second one, and we will fix that problem in just 1 second by adding a little bit of hot glue on there to eliminate the sharpness. And I did this with both sides. And now it's time to add the binder hooks. They were the perfect size to go through that hole and clear the section between the hole and the top of the board. I just threaded it as you see right there, then hooked one of the ends of the chain onto that, and then snapped the ring back closed. And I repeated the same process with the other side. For the next inspiration today, we will be using this can that I got at my local thrift shop. And I'm going to go ahead and remove that tag. Look, it was $1.50. I got 2 of them. I'm going to take this floral foam from Dollar Tree and glue it to the bottom of the pan. Then I'm going to take these 2 pieces of greenery that I got from Dollar Tree. We're going to remove that tag, open up the leaves of the bushes, and stick them onto the floral foam. Then I'm going to use 6 of these sunflower solar lights from Dollar Tree and removing the tag, and I'm going to position them around the perimeter of the planter. I try placing them like at equal distances when having the flowers face forward, as you see right here. I fluffed off my greenery and I wasn't quite happy with the fullness, so I'm going to come in with some more greenery from Dollar Tree. This, I got about 2 to 3 pieces of it, and I'm going to just go ahead and spread them open, like just separate the pieces until they're wide and open and place them in different sections of the pot. Then I took this fern-like greenery and I'm going to cut this one into smaller sections. I'm going to put them in individual sprigs and I'm going to line them towards the bottom of the pot. I just want them to be draped in. My friends, if you're still with me this far into the video, I want to thank you so much for sticking around and supporting my channel. I truly appreciate it. Leave me a sunflower emoji or any flower for that matter, just so I know who you are. Thank you so much for the support. And I think this was just the right amount. Here it is all completed. Here it is in the daytime, and here it is in the dark. Let me know what you think. And here we go with the final reveal. My friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you would like to follow me on social media, here are my social media links. And don't forget to visit my friends in the playlist. If you would like to watch some more of my videos, here's a suggestion, and you are more than welcome to binge away with this playlist as well. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. You're amazing. Bye.